Hey, what's up everybody? Snap35 here bringing you guys a brand new pickups video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys the pickups I got through the month of October. So without any other further introductions or whatever, I got just a couple of games here. I just want to go ahead and start showing them off to you guys. First game on the list here is the infamous one of the infamous Burger King games. This one is the Big Bumpin' Burger King game. This is basically like a bumper cars game. Now I remember these Burger King games being advertised and stuff. I remember seeing them advertised and stuff back back then when they were coming out and stuff. You know, if you went to Burger King, you got something from there. You can pay like an extra couple of dollars and get these games. But this is just one of them. There was a couple other Burger King games, but you can get like these Burger King games with it whenever you went to Burger King, and I remember seeing these games back then, but I never actually got played them myself because I didn't have a 360 at the time back then. But I've always seen these games then, and also I've just seen them here and there throughout being talked about on the internet here and there throughout the years. So I've seen them that way also, but I've never actually owned or even played these games before. So this is the first time I ever had any one of these Burger King games here. And this is 6 characters, 5 arenas, 1 goal: to smash you to smithereens. Forget about skill. This game requires just one thing: desire to beat opponents in any manner available to you. This includes using hazards like fire jets, lightning bolts, and bottomless pits to your advantage. But don't worry if you've never applied to the bumper car before. All you need to succeed in any of the 5 games is a little bit of attitude and a whole lot of bumper. Own the puck. This is bumper cars on a mission, and that mission is to keep the disc away from the pack of puck-crazed drivers. Last man standing. The object here is pretty simple. Always get the last smash. Power surge. Attention fans of electricity, this is the game you've been waiting for. Bumpin' hockey. Bumper cars and hockey. Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? Here's the inside. There's the disc. It comes with little extras and a little manual too. This is pretty interesting. I don't think they have these anymore though. I wonder if this would still work though. You never know. And here's the disc. I don't know how it's gonna look on the camera, but from what I can see in person, the disc looks really clean. It's like a clean copy of the disc. Here's the little manual, and it's not huge or anything. It's really just like a fold out. Really, it's not a manual. It's just like a couple pages and a fold out. And pause to read that if you want to. This is the outside of it. The inside. You can pause to read this if you want to. Trying to make it where there isn't any glare or anything in case anybody did want to read this. Alright, next game I have in the list is the other Burger King game, the Pocket Bike Racer. This one, as you can see, you're racing these little motorcycles, these little tiny little motorbikes here. This is the back of this one. The excitement of pocket bike racing without the lower back pain. Well, that sounds neat. Test your mettle over treacherous terrain such as the King's Garden. Race and battle among the vegetation of your favorite mystery man's garden. Then choose from among 5 other BK-inspired racetracks on which to foist your thrill-seeking ways. The Burger King parking lot. Because you've always wanted to race a tiny bike through a BK parking lot, don't worry about the virtual employees. They enjoy watching you have it your way. Fantasy Ranch. The streets of cheese are nice, but Pocket Bike Mayhem is the true star of this course. And what better way to generate mayhem than by slinging rockets, disruptors, and other gadgets at your unsuspecting opponents. Get on course to go off course in this low-riding pocket bike dirt land adventure. This game has everything you hope for in a game of tiny motorcycle racing. Dirt tracks, extreme jumps, gadgets of destruction, Burger King, gadgets of destruction, Burger King characters. That's right, choose your favorite BK character, choose a bike, and choose a track. Then get racing in the only pocket bike pursuit game that lets you have it your way. The concept of these games are really interesting. This is something that could only exist in like the mid-2000s, I swear. It's just as weird as it is, such an interesting concept, which is, what made me want to even want to play these games to begin with. Is just like, how interesting the concept of these games even existing is. I mean, there's been advert games before. I think that's what they were called, like advertisement games, advert games. There's been those before, but this one's just like pretty crazy. It's like a big studio, made these. Actual like legit budget went into this. Here's the disc for this one. Once again, clean disc. Yep, clean disc once again. Now it's the same things on the inside as the last one. Yeah, I had this little gift card thing you could get, and then the little fold out manual here. You can pause to read this if you want to. Try to make it where you can see it, hopefully. There's the other side of it with the control and all that stuff. Just gonna go through this really quick. Like I said, you can pause and read if you're interested in reading this. That's the end of that one. Okay, next game I have for my list here is, go ahead and take a guess as to what this next game is. But the next game here is Sneak King, the third and final Burger King game. Yeah, I got all three of the Burger King games. Bought them all together on a lot, so when I got them all, it came with like all three of the games just in one thing, and they're all sealed and all brand new, which is why they look, such pristine condition and stuff. They're all new. The Majestic Master Sneak invites you to go behind the mask. The game is sneaking. The objective is surprise. Here's your chance to step into the royal shoes of the king and silently unleash your hot sandwiches on the hungry citizens of this famished world. All of your covert gaming skills will be put to the test as you try to fill the role of the slickest sneaker on the planet, the Sneak King. Like Metal Gear Solid with burgers. You don't follow in the king's footsteps in this game. You make royal footsteps of your own, or royal crouch marks, or royal imprints inside hiding places. However you like to sneak, you can have it your way. Your stealth and dexterity will be stretched to their limits as you sneak up on hungry citizens and dole out tasty sandwiches with a flourish worthy of the king. Yeah, that's Sneak King. I'd say this one's probably like more like popular, more known, or famous or infamous of the Burger King games. I feel like this is the one that people. I mean, they talk about all of them, but I feel like this one's the most like famous or infamous of the three Burger King games. Is probably this one, because the concept of this one is pretty weird, just in general, along with how weird the series is, anyways. Once again, the disc. Like I said, it's clean condition. It's like all the other ones, because when I bought it, they were all brand new, sealed. Same thing with this card. And then a little fold-out manual. The introduction for it. Pause if you want to read that. Goofy Burger King himself. Whatever happened to this man? They don't even use him for anymore. Whatever happened to the king? They don't use that man no more. Hopefully it's good for anybody that wants to pause and read that. Try not to make it too hard to see it or too much glare or anything. Now, one of the interesting things about these Burger King games here is that a couple years ago I saw where this channel on YouTube called Noclip, they made like different like documentaries and stuff about games and all that stuff you guys don't know about or haven't heard of them before. with the channel Noclip. They actually did a documentary about these Burger King games. So I actually went into like depth about the making of these games and talked to some of the people that worked on it, which is pretty interesting and kind of cool. So a few years ago I watched that. I thought that was pretty cool, and then, you know, ever since I watched that, I was like, you know what, I've always, like I said, I've remember when these games came out back then. I'd seen them talked about here and there on the internet over the years, but I watched that documentary. I'm like, you know what? I actually have never played these Burger King games, so that's what made me like want to add these games to my list of 360 games I wanted to get, and actually try these games out for myself and see what they're like. Cause like I said, I've never played these games before. But one like interesting thing that they mentioned in that documentary is if you look at the tops of any of these Burger King games, you'll see right here where it says includes Xbox 360 and original Xbox versions. This little special like stamp up there at the top of them. And it has both versions of this game on the disc, and as you can see, you know, they're only just one disc. There's no multiple discs in there. So this is like a cool thing that they did. They managed to like program the games to where all you have to do is just stick the disc in either your original Xbox or your 360, and it'll just play, and it'll play like whatever version of the game, you know, depending on what Xbox you put it in. And that in of itself is a pretty cool feature. It's cool that they figured out how to do that. And one thing that I learned from that part in the documentary that I didn't think about or really realize is like, as far as they're concerned, and I think this is true, and that as far as, you know, they're concerned, these 3 Burger King games are the only games that are dual layer discs. They're the only like dual format discs. So like I said, you know, you put this into 360 or original Xbox and it'll play, you know, that version. So, but like, I think those are the only games out there that do this. Despite the fact that was a thing, you could, you know, any developer could do that, you know, or they could make a 360 game, you know, just know how to program it to do it right, how to like, you know, put it on the disc. So, you know, any more games probably could have done that, but I just thought that was kind of interesting fact that I didn't even know or think about. Like, these are the only games in existence that have dual format on it. This 3 advertising Burger King games are the only games where you can just like put the same disc in OG Xbox or 360 and it'll work either way. I thought that was kind of cool, so I didn't know that. Okay, next game I got here is, take a wild guesses what this one is. It's actually not another Burger King game this time. Yeah, this one actually isn't a Burger King game because I only ever did 3. But this is still a 360 game. And this is the game Rise of Nightmares for the 360, which is one of those Kinect games that you have to have the Kinect to play this. You actually can't play the game without it, but I've seen this game before. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube. Well, he streams on Twitch and stuff, but there's a guy I watch on Twitch, and a couple years ago he streamed this game during his October Games Horror Month thing that he does. His name is Pete Dorr, and I saw him stream this game. I'm like, you know what? This game actually looks pretty decent for a Kinect game. Like, because, you know, usually with Kinect people it's kind of like, oh, it's just, you know, motion controls, it's kind of wonky and stuff like that. But from when I watched his stream of this game, it actually looks like a pretty decent Kinect game. Even the controls, from what you say, worked pretty decent for what it was for the most part, if I remember correctly. It's been a little bit since I've seen his playthrough of it, but I watched this playthrough. I'm like, you know what, this does look like a pretty decent Kinect game. So I'm like, you know what, this will be one of the few Kinect games I'll actually buy and play, like, because it just looks good. This and stuff like the gun string right here, that one's a pretty good Kinect game too. See the back of the box here. She looks cool. Her design is insane. See, death would have been better. While vacationing in Eastern Europe, your wife is kidnapped by a ruthless madman. Lost and alone, you must follow his deadly trail of rotting corpses and body parts into a hellish world overrun with the Walking Dead. Stab, slice, gouge, and mutilate the vicious undead henchmen with axes, chainsaws, even your bare fists, and an all-out fight for survival. Her life hangs in the balance. Only you can save your wife from a fate worse than death. Neat. this one. The box is a little dark, so I'm trying to like, so you guys can see the screenshots. Let's see, take vengeance on mutilated bodies with a variety of weapons. Discover the horrific truth behind this decrepit mansion and its decaying dwellers. And strike down the evildoers with kicks, punches, and more via Kinect for Xbox 360. Yeah, this is one of the few 360 Kinect games that I actually looked interesting enough that I would actually go out of my way to play. So now that I have this, I'm gonna have to grab me a Kinect from somewhere, and hopefully it'll work properly. Because like I said, from what I've seen his streams, if you guys want to check out if you guys want to check out Pete's stream of this just to see what it looks like and stuff, I'll put a link to it down in the description of this video. You guys can, if you ever wanted to check it out. But it looked like it might be pretty fun to me, so that's why I wanted to get it. This thing's still sealed, so I haven't opened this yet, so it's still like brand new seal. This is a really cheap game because it's like a Kinect game and people don't really go for Kinect stuff like that much. So this game is still pretty cheap. But it also comes with the manual. I've seen this game before, and I know that it has like a little manual, I think it's just like a fold-out manual, almost like the Burger King games. That it does indeed come with the manual. So if you do want this game, you look for it complete, it does have a manual that comes inside of it. But yeah, now that I have this, I'm just gonna have to get me a Kinect from somewhere and finally see what this game is like playing it for myself. Alright, last and final game in the video for you guys I have here is, and actually it's a brand new game too. It's a new one. This came out not that long ago. That is Hotel Barcelona for the PS5 here. Now maybe thinking to yourself, what game is this, or where did this come from? How did you find out about this game? I just randomly found out about this game just through just random means. I was watching a video about something, about a completely different game, and then I was just looking through the comments and someone said something about how that game reminded them of this game called Hotel Barcelona. I'm like, what game is that? So I just looked it up and stuff, and I found out information about it. I'm like, dude, the reason why I bought this game right here, you're not even gonna believe this. I'm like, this game existed and nobody told me about it? Really? And the reason why I bought this game here is, it does look cool and stuff, but the main reason that had me interested in the game is because this game right here is actually made as a collaboration between Swery65 and Suda51. Yes sir, those two. If you don't know who any of those guys are, they make like really it is quirky and out there kind of weird games, especially Suda. And I love Suda51. I haven't played every Suda game, but I've played quite a few of them. I've dabbled a little bit of No More Heroes, and my friend had that for the Wii. But I've played Lollipop Chainsaw, which I love. I played Shadows of the Damned, which I also greatly enjoyed and stuff. I've played some of his games, but there's definitely more of his games out there that I want to play. I still want to play, the Silver Case and stuff. I've had Killer is Dead. I still gotta get around to playing that at some point. I love Suda51. He's one of my favorite game developers out there. I just like his games and his style and stuff too. Plus, a lot of his games use cell shading, which is an art style I really like. And Swery65, he's made some cool games too. He's made a Deadly Premonition. If that's part, a lot of the games he's that's like one of his more, I guess that's one of his more popular or more known ones. Stuff like Deadly Premonition, or that episodic game that came out on the Xbox One some years ago called D4, or Dark Dreams Don't Die. I still got to get that. I've been had my Xbox One for a minute. I still need to go buy D4. It's an episodic type game. Didn't get finished unfortunately, but I still want to play because that looks pretty cool. But yeah, this game was made as a collaboration between Swery65 and Suda51, which is honestly a dream collaboration of mine. I've said before in the past, I like Suda51's games a lot, and Swery makes some cool stuff too. I would love to see what kind of game these two guys could make if they teamed up together. I've always just wanted those two to come together and make a game, and whatever game they make, I would buy it. I would love to see what the crazy minds of Suda and Swery can come together and make. I would love to see that collaboration, and little do I know it actually happened. So this is made by the both of them, so that was really cool. When I found out about this game, when I found out it was about it was made by these two, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get this game. I gotta get this game. Now this is like something I've actually been wanting to happen for a long time, so I'm gonna flip it over and actually see what this game is like. Check in, wipe them out. 7 serial killers, 1 haunted hotel, and a second personality living inside her head. Let's just live in Spanish. Battle through horror-themed floors, online co-op multiplayer, and unleash brutal power. It's kind of hard to, because once again the back of this box is kind of dark, and I'm trying not to get a glare or anything on the box because it's still sealed on the plastic. But you see what this game kind of try to get at least a decent look at the screenshot so you guys can get an idea what this game looks like. But in case you can't tell what it is like, it's I looked up gameplay of it. You know, when I looked up the name of the game, and basically it's a 2.5D side-scrolling game. It's a roguelike, so it's a roguelike 2.5D side-scrolling game. I looked up gameplay of it. Like I said, it looks pretty fun. So like I said, it uses the you know, that cel shaded style that Suda is known for using in a lot of his games. It's a style I personally like a lot. And yeah, like I said, I've not played the game, but I just looked up gameplay of it, and it looks like a lot of fun. Also, I like the cover art for this game too. The cover for this looks pretty cool. Yeah, when I found out this exists, I'm like, I gotta get this. A Suda and Swery collab game. Been wanting that for a while actually, and I actually didn't even know this game came out. It came out back in September. Like the game itself actually released in September. I'm like, the game, and I found out about it like sometime in October. It was like in the middle, like the earlier middle part of October, and when I found out about this game, like, why this game existed since September. You had a Suda 51 and Story 65 collab game out here this whole time, and nobody notified me about this. I see how it is. But now you know, hoping to get into this at some point. I really want to see what it's like, see what these two crazy guys could cook up together when they make a game. It's about to be crazy. It's got, even like I said, you flip it over and read the back of it. The concept of it sounds crazy, so I can't even wait to see what's about to happen when I play this. And then, you know, after I found out the game existed, I looked it up, and I wanted, because whenever new games come out, I always like to see if there's going to be a physical version of the game, so I can, you know, just hold out, either hold out for a physical version, or buy it, or either buy the physical version when it comes out that way, or, you know, maybe just hold out and wait, because I always prefer to have the physical versions of the games too. So when I looked it up, that you can see this game does indeed have a physical version of it. And the best part about, and one of the good things about the physical version of this, it's only $30. I bought this off of Amazon, in case you guys will see this game, you want to get it yourselves. I bought this copy off of Amazon for just $30, so you can get this physically off Amazon for $30 if, you know, it looks interesting enough for you guys to want to play it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I can't wait to see what this game's gonna end up being like. And well, that's the end of my pickups video for you guys. These are the games that I picked up throughout the month of October. You know, 3 Burger King games, a Kinect game, and a brand new collaboration game from Suda and Swery 65. Because that's just the types of games I end up collecting and wanting to play. Is just stuff like this right here. What an eclectic group of games, I guess. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my pickups video. I'm Stunner35 and I'm out. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys ever played any of these games or anything like that, or have any interest in getting these games, tell me about it in the comment section. And don't forget to leave a like on the video. I'm Stunner35 and I'm out. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.